This is Eagle Owl, and today we're going to talk about Andrew Mukuba, how he's not signed, but I think he's going to get signed soon. We're going to talk about the NFC East a little bit, Terry McLaurin, Micah Parsons, but let's get straight into it. All right, man, before we hop straight into the main topics, I want to talk about Quin Yan Mitchell a little bit. So the Zets came out with, they top 10 cornerbacks in the league, and Quin Yan Mitchell landed at number 9. I'm not mad at that because he's a rookie and he got a long way to go. But this is a good sign. I think eventually Cooper DeJean gonna find himself in the top 10 for sure. But it's good to see that Quin Yan Mitchell is coming up. Now, if you ask me, I thought he should have been like 7'6". But again, rookie season, he's at a 9 already. Year 2 is only going to go up from here, so he's only going to get better. And playing in the same system, thriving in the same system, becoming a leader, he's going to be perfectly fine. All right, so let's talk about Andrew Mukuba. Andrew Mukuba is still not signed, but I did see a video of him and Jahad Campbell working out. These are really good signs that, he'll be ready. He'll be ready to go, give it a go, and ready to ball out. So I can't wait to see Andrew Mukuba playing, and hopefully he's there during training camp. And the reason why I brought this up is because something broke the mold, I guess. A lot of these second-round picks, like, look, training camp is coming up. We need to sign. So a lot of these guys are starting to sign more and more and more. Andrew Mukuba haven't signed yet as in the recording of this video. Hopefully he signs soon. But a lot of these second-round picks, because it's Friday. Training camp is Tuesday. So we got a couple more days till I'm locked in on these videos. Your favorite content creators locked in. So the players that's playing locked in. So yeah, man, it's almost here. But speaking of today, I know the ring ceremony is today. I'll probably report on it on probably Saturday. I'll probably report on it. We'll see. But yeah, man, I think Andrew Mukuba is going to sign very, very soon. But let's talk about a guy that's not going to sign to his team very soon. Told you this more of like an NFC East video. I usually don't do these. I know I primarily focus on the Eagles, but haven't been a lot of Eagles news. The only thing that's out there is Andrew Mukuba. But let's talk about Micah Parsons, man. Micah Parsons was on Undertaker, man. One of my favorite wrestlers, WWE, WWF type junk. When he used to come out on the motorcycle and then do the dead man thing. And he got a very successful podcast right now. He spoke with Micah Parsons. He was asked about the money, and this is what Micah Parsons had to say.
How are we coming along with the contract, man? We gotta, can you talk about it? Because look, I
listen.
He had to get a drink of water.
Yeah,
that's not a good sign.
We obviously want to get done early. We want that relief off our backs, but obviously ownership is always going to make it drag out, make it more complicated than it has to be. Lack of communication in that standpoint. But, I just always say, God has me this far. He ain't done with me yet. So, I just keep working, keep going. And then when it come, I'm going to be ready. But, it ain't going to be no drop off.
It seems like to me, like they would want to get it done because there's a few other contracts out there that are going to probably say what you're going to end up getting paid.
I would never understand it. We wanted to do the contract last year. They're just kind of like, we want to do Dak and CD, and then you go out there, perform again, and then, you would think like, all right, we'll get it done early. We know there's some guys that's about to get ready to get repaid, like Miles, Max is gone. So you would think like, hey, let's get ahead of that. You know what I mean? I just never understand, when guys come into the league and they're consistent and they, they perform well, why they got such an urge. But then there's guys that just have one good year or maybe 2 good years, and it's just like they get it right away. And even now, you got TJ and Max and all these other guys is getting paid, and you can't want us to take less because you just decided to wait,
You know what? I don't have any doubt. You're going to get what you deserve to get, and I can't wait for you to do that, man.
Sound very disgruntled. That is not good. That is not good, man. Micah Parsons, he needs to get paid. He needs to get paid, man. I think he's the best defender over there. Do he come short on the playoffs? Sure. But he does add another element to that team. Even when injured last year, he came in. I can't front. He was doing his job when he came back from his injury. So Let the Cowboys screw themselves, because TJ Watt, and that's what really made me bring this up, because TJ Watt just signed a historic deal. This is what the Cowboys do, and they fans feed into it all the time, right? Watch other guys get signed, right? They watch them. Then Cowboy fans start complaining, like, oh man, why we ain't signed this guy yet? And then Cowboys will come out with a historic contract and pay their guys last. And then the fans that was just mad that their favorite player didn't get signed yet will brag on other players like, yeah, he's the highest paid because he earned it. No, you idiot. You want to get ahead of this stuff. Imagine if we waited to pay A.J. Brown. Now A.J. Brown contract, look, team friendly, $32 million. We talking about, and we're going to get into this topic. We talking about Terry McLaurin. He want to break the mold of $30 million. And we know Terry McLaurin's nowhere near on A.J. Brown level, but because we got ahead of the A.J. Brown contract, his contract looked friendly. We usually do that. Jalen Hurts, we did that with him. Devontae Smith did that with him. I'm telling you, I think we're going to do it with Jalen Carter. And then we got the only contract I could remember we didn't get ahead of as a recent time, honestly, is Zach Bond, because we didn't know Zach Bond was going to be the type of guy he was. But in somewhat ways, if you even think about that, we got ahead of it, because I think Fred Warner, somebody signed after him. I'm like, oh yeah, we got ahead of that. Somebody signed after Zach Bond, and I just can't remember. But the point is, the Cowboys constantly screw themselves when they do this. But let's talk about the Terry McLaurin thing. Terry McLaurin, he spoke with the media like a week ago about camp, about the money, what's going on. But let me play this clip.
There has to be some active discussions, you know what I mean? Like I said, we haven't talked in over a month, and obviously with camp around the corner, it's becoming a little bit of crunch time. And, obviously you want to be in a position where you're building to what we did last year, and Jaden and I continue to build along with the offense. And that was the thing, like before I took a step back, it was things were going great on the field, and the connection and the offense and the energy was just amazing. And so to see where it was then and where it's at now is definitely disappointing. So I don't necessarily know what happens next, but without any progressive discussion, it's kind of hard to see how I step on the field. So,
as I said, man, it's not looking good for our NFC East guys, Micah Parsons, Terry McLaurin. So Terry McLaurin, I don't know, because that is the Sixers, ownership that got control of the Commanders. And as Sixers fans, how they feel about Josh and those guys, how they run in the 76ers, they don't like it at all. So safe to say Terry McLaurin might be screwed if this keep going the wrong way. But best of luck to them, man, because they signed Von Miller. They signed all these old guys. That's what the Commanders been doing to the, Bobby Wagners, to the Zachers. And these guys are having good careers as it end, but you need to bring in some youth. You need to bring in some youth, man. And then Terry McLaurin, I think they're going to cave in. Another older guy. So it's going to be interesting to see what direction the Washington Commanders are trying to go in the future, because Von Miller's not the same. Terry McLaurin is only going to go down, but I understand he had, 5 straight seasons over 1,000 yards. If he was going to pay anybody, he should have got that out the way, but they went to the last minute. I'm not sure what they're going to do with the Terry McLaurin thing, but honestly, I don't care, because I'm an Eagles fan. More drama for them, better for us. Well, that's all I got for you guys today. Hey, man, what do you think and how do you feel? Washington Commanders. I don't know, with the Terry McLaurin thing. Cowboys, Micah Parsons. There's always some drama there. And is it a little drama in our kingdom? No. Andrew Mukuba, I think, is going to eventually sign. But this is Eagle Al, man. I'm out.